For privacy reasons, names and places have been changed. This story is inspired by true events.
On July 22, 1985, twin brothers Tommy and Billy Henderson, both 8, disappeared during a family vacation at Euro Disney's construction site preview in Marne-la-Vallée, France. The boys had been exploring the partially completed theme park with their parents when they vanished during a guided tour of the future Magic Kingdom. Despite extensive searches by French authorities and Disney security teams, no trace of the children was ever found in the vast construction area. For 28 years, their disappearance remained one of the most troubling unsolved cases in the history of theme park safety, occasionally surfacing in missing children databases and corporate security reviews. Then, in August 2013, renovation workers updating underground utility systems made a disturbing discovery that would finally reveal what had happened to the Henderson twins during that summer preview tour decades earlier. This is the complete story of their vanishing and the tragic accident that had been hidden beneath one of the world's most famous entertainment destinations for nearly 3 decades. July 22, 1985, began with tremendous excitement for the Henderson family from Manchester, England, who had won a contest that provided them with an exclusive preview tour of Euro Disney's construction site, located in Marne-la-Vallée, approximately 30 kilometers east of Paris. The theme park was still 2 years away from its official opening, but Disney was offering special tours to generate publicity and excitement for the ambitious European project. Robert and Margaret Henderson had brought their 8-year-old twin sons, Tommy and Billy, on what they hoped would be a magical preview of the Disney experience before the park opened to the general public. The boys were identical twins who shared a love of adventure and exploration, often getting into harmless mischief due to their curiosity about how things worked. The preview tour was being conducted by Disney Imagineers and construction supervisors who were proud to showcase the massive project that would bring American Disney magic to European audiences. The tour group included approximately 30 contest winners and media representatives who were documenting the construction progress. The partially completed park presented a fascinating but potentially dangerous environment, with construction equipment, exposed foundations, incomplete structures, and numerous areas that were off-limits to visitors for safety reasons. Tour guides repeatedly emphasized the importance of staying with the group and avoiding unmarked areas. Tommy and Billy were known for their insatiable curiosity and tendency to wander off when something caught their interest. Their parents had repeatedly reminded them about staying close during the tour, but the boys were overwhelmed by excitement about seeing Disney magic being created before their eyes. The guided tour began at 10:30 a.m. with Disney officials explaining the park's layout and pointing out major attractions that were under construction. The group moved through areas that would eventually become Main Street, USA, Fantasyland, and other themed sections, with guides describing how each area would look and function when completed. Around 1 p.m., the tour group stopped for lunch at a temporary dining facility set up for construction workers and VIP visitors. Parents and children were encouraged to rest and ask questions about the construction process while enjoying refreshments provided by Disney hospitality staff. The last confirmed sighting of Tommy and Billy came around 1:45 p.m. when several tour participants saw them playing near a display of construction equipment while their parents finished lunch. The boys appeared to be fascinated by the large machinery and were taking pictures with a camera their father had given them to document their Disney preview experience. When the tour resumed at 2 p.m., Margaret Henderson noticed that her sons were not in the immediate area where she had last seen them. Initial searches by tour guides and other participants focused on nearby areas where curious children might have wandered to explore construction activities or Disney props. By 2:30 p.m., when the boys had not been located through informal searching, Disney security was notified and formal search procedures were implemented. The tour was suspended while all available personnel began systematic searches of accessible areas throughout the construction site. The initial search operation was complicated by the vast scale of the construction site and the numerous areas that were potentially dangerous for unsupervised children. Disney security coordinated with French authorities and construction supervisors to organize comprehensive searches while ensuring that searchers didn't encounter construction hazards. The Euro Disney construction site covered over 2,000 hectares and included incomplete buildings, excavation sites, utility trenches, and numerous areas where heavy construction equipment was being used daily. Many areas contained hazards that could trap or injure anyone who entered without proper safety equipment and supervision. Search teams systematically examined all accessible areas of the construction site, including incomplete attraction buildings, storage areas, construction trailers, and equipment yards. The searches continued throughout the afternoon and evening, with additional personnel arriving from Disney Corporate Security and local emergency services. French gendarmerie established a command center and began interviewing all tour participants and construction workers about any unusual observations or potential security issues. The investigation revealed that site security had been focused on preventing theft and vandalism rather than monitoring for missing children during VIP tours. By evening, search operations had expanded to include areas outside the immediate construction site, as investigators considered the possibility that the twins might have wandered beyond the Disney property boundaries or been taken from the site by someone with unauthorized access. The search continued for 5 days with increasing intensity and resources, including helicopters, search dogs, and teams of volunteers from local communities. The case generated significant media attention throughout Europe, as the disappearance of children at a Disney preview tour captured public concern and sympathy. Disney corporate officials flew in from the United States to coordinate with French authorities and provide additional resources for the search operation. The company's reputation and the future success of Euro Disney were at stake, creating tremendous pressure to locate the missing children quickly and safely. Extensive interviews were conducted with all construction workers, security personnel, and contractors who had been on site during July 22. However, the large number of people working throughout the site made it difficult to account for everyone's movements and observations during the critical time period. The investigation revealed that construction site security had significant gaps, with numerous areas that were not regularly monitored and perimeter fencing that was incomplete or inadequate. These security deficiencies had been tolerated during construction but created vulnerabilities when VIP tours brought civilians onto the site. After 1 week of intensive searching, the formal rescue operation was scaled back, though the investigation remained active and Disney continued private search efforts. The failure to locate any trace of the twins despite comprehensive searches suggested that they had encountered circumstances that prevented them from signaling for help or returning to safe areas. Throughout the late 1980s and early 1990s, the Henderson twins' disappearance continued to influence Euro Disney's development and security procedures. The incident led to enhanced safety protocols for all future construction site tours and improved perimeter security throughout the property. The case remained active with periodic searches and investigation of reported sightings throughout Europe. Robert and Margaret Henderson made regular trips to France to coordinate with authorities and conduct their own searches, never abandoning hope that their sons might somehow be found alive. When Euro Disney officially opened in April 1992, memorial plaques were discreetly installed to honor Tommy and Billy Henderson, though the company avoided publicizing the tragedy to prevent negative associations with the new theme park's image. In 1995, human remains found in a construction area initially raised hopes for resolution, but forensic analysis determined they belonged to someone from a much earlier historical period and were unrelated to the missing twins. Such discoveries occasionally renewed attention to the case but didn't provide breakthrough evidence. The case became part of theme park safety discussions and was studied by security professionals throughout the entertainment industry as an example of the unique challenges involved in protecting visitors during construction and development phases. By 2010, 25 years after the disappearance, most active search efforts had ceased, though Disney maintained the case in their security databases and French authorities kept the investigation technically open. The Henderson family had accepted that the twins were likely dead, but continued hoping for answers about what had happened. August 15, 2013, began as a routine maintenance day for the Euro Disney Utility Department, which was conducting scheduled updates to underground water and electrical systems throughout the park. The work required excavating in areas that had been buried during original construction and had remained undisturbed for over 20 years. Construction supervisor Pierre Dubois was overseeing excavation work in an area near what had become the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction when his crew encountered unexpected obstacles approximately 3 meters below ground level. The obstacles appeared to be debris or materials that had been buried during original construction. Around 11:30 a.m., excavation equipment uncovered what appeared to be personal belongings and clothing that seemed too modern to be historical artifacts but too old to be recent litter. The items included what looked like children's clothing and a camera that appeared to date from the 1980s. Recognizing the potential significance of the discovery, Du Bois immediately halted excavation and contacted both Disney security and French authorities about the findings. Within hours, the site was secured and forensic specialists were examining what would prove to be evidence related to the Henderson twins' disappearance. The careful excavation revealed the skeletal remains of 2 children, along with personal items that immediately suggested a connection to the missing Henderson twins. Among the items recovered were a camera containing film that, when developed, showed images from the 1985 preview tour, including photographs taken by Tommy and Billy during their final hours. Forensic analysis confirmed that the remains belonged to the Henderson twins, finally providing answers to a 28-year-old mystery. The condition and positioning of the remains suggested that the boys had fallen into an excavated utility trench that had subsequently been filled in during routine construction activities. The investigation revealed that the twins had apparently wandered away from the tour group and had been exploring construction areas when they encountered an unmarked utility excavation. The trench had been part of the underground infrastructure installation and had not been properly secured or marked during the preview tour period. Evidence suggested that both boys had fallen into the deep trench and had been unable to climb out due to its depth and the unstable soil conditions. The trench had been scheduled for backfilling later that same week as part of the construction timeline, which had inadvertently concealed their remains. The photographs found in Tommy's camera provided heartbreaking documentation of the twins' final day, showing their excitement about the Disney preview and their curiosity about the construction process. The final images on the roll had been taken in the area where their remains were discovered. The discovery brought closure to Robert and Margaret Henderson after 28 years of uncertainty, though learning the circumstances of their sons' deaths confirmed their worst fears about the dangers the boys had encountered on the construction site. The case prompted comprehensive reviews of theme park construction safety protocols and visitor access procedures throughout the Disney organization and the broader entertainment industry. The tragedy highlighted the unique dangers that construction sites present to curious children, even during supervised tours. Construction supervisor Du Bois and his team were recognized for their immediate notification of authorities when they realized the significance of their discovery. Their professional response ensured that evidence was properly preserved and that the Henderson family finally received answers about their son's fate. The area where the twins were found was converted into a discreet memorial garden within the theme park, honoring their memory while serving as a reminder of the importance of construction site safety. The memorial is maintained by Disney but not publicized to avoid negative associations with the park experience. The case led to industry-wide improvements in construction site security, visitor management, and emergency response procedures. Disney and other theme park operators implemented enhanced safety protocols specifically designed to prevent similar tragedies during development phases. The story of Tommy and Billy Henderson serves as both a tragedy and an important lesson about the hidden dangers that can exist in construction environments, even when safety measures are believed to be adequate. Their curiosity and sense of adventure led them into a situation that claimed their lives despite their parents' supervision and Disney's security efforts. The 28-year delay in discovering their fate illustrates how construction activities can completely conceal evidence of accidents, even when extensive searches are conducted. The underground utility trench had hidden their remains effectively while the theme park was built and operated above them. For theme park and construction safety organizations, the case provided crucial lessons about the importance of securing all excavations and clearly marking dangerous areas, particularly when civilian visitors are present on construction sites. The persistence of the Henderson family in keeping their son's case active and maintaining contact with Disney and French authorities contributed to the recognition of the construction discovery as potentially significant when evidence was finally found. The case demonstrates how even well-supervised activities can encounter unforeseen dangers when curious children explore areas that appear safe but contain hidden hazards. The twins' tragedy occurred despite parental supervision and professional tour guidance. Construction and excavation work continues throughout theme park properties, with workers now trained to recognize and report any suspicious discoveries. The intersection of routine maintenance and criminal investigation provided the breakthrough that solved this decades-old mystery. As of 2013, new protocols require comprehensive documentation of all excavations and utility work, ensuring that potential accident sites are properly recorded and monitored. The Henderson twins case established procedures that help prevent similar concealment of construction-related accidents. Their legacy lives on through improved construction safety standards and the continued vigilance of theme park operators to protect visitors from hidden dangers, while their story serves as a powerful reminder that even magical places can contain tragic secrets beneath their carefully constructed surfaces.